guys, welcome back to my channel. And I know it's been a while. I have missed filming, but I am back. I know I went into hiatus because of summer. For some reason, summertime, I always get sidetracked and my creative juices are not flowing into me every summer. But now that summer is almost over and fall is upon us, I am back with more stuff that I wanted to put out here on my channel. And for today's video, as a comeback video, I have
the man, the myth, the legend, knee to the face, aka Joe, your boy.
In today's video, we're going to talk about mental health awareness. I brought him in because he went through this bullshit, and I want him to give you guys an advice on how to overcome this disease. All right, let's get this video started. I know everyone is dealing with some type of health or mental issues because of COVID.
As we go through COVID-19, some of us already been there before. As far as our mental health issues, not only through depression, but anxiety. We're all going stir crazy because they told us to be inside. We don't know what to expect. We don't know what to do anymore. We're all following suit to what we think is right and wrong, and we can't figure out things for ourselves. We couldn't figure out shit for ourselves to begin with. We already had our issues to begin with. One way or another, we all had mental health problems, just the severity levels really depicted on the person. Now with COVID, it seems like everyone has them because they don't know what to think. But you know, our future, our kids, whatever it may be, but we got to figure out everything together, and hopefully a couple of our stories can help out. Yeah, I might have a little bit worse than other people, but other people can relate. Like I have it worse than actually her, but she does have it. She doesn't recognize it like I do. A lot of people are not as self-aware like I am. But to continue on to topic.
Yeah, like you said, I'm not aware. I'm not clinically diagnosed that I have some type of...
But neither was I. I was never clinically diagnosed with anything. I just can read and react. So.
Don't know if I'm going into depression because of COVID, but I do like to isolate myself. I guess it's just me.
Then that's depression. Because depression, if you enjoy the moments by yourself, then that clinically means that you are somewhat depressed.
I could be depressed, and I just like being alone.
Social anxiety right there, because if you don't enjoy being out around people and you enjoy being at home, then that means you're basically your anxiety is social anxiety.
Oh, I thought I just like to be alone. I mean, I do go out and I do feel like I'm scared of being around people, not because I didn't know that I have that type of depression or something, but I just thought I don't like people at all, and I don't want to be surrounded by them. I don't like the feeling of forcing myself to talking to other people, introducing myself. I hate that so much. I do have an issue with public speaking. My voice, it always cracks up, or you can feel, or you can hear in my voice that I'm actually scared to be around you or to be talking in front of you.
The actual anxiety. The anxiety makes you aware of yourself. And when you're in that public speaking, when you're actually doing it and you're actually aware of what you're doing. So like right now, you're aware of every little thing that you do. If there wasn't anyone in front of you, it'd be the same topic, it'd be the same thing, you just wouldn't be paying attention to it. And it heightens, the anxiety heightens your conscience of what you're doing. That's why your voice cracks, because you're analyzing every little bit of what you're doing.
So consider that as stage fright? You consider that as anxiety?
Yeah.
Okay. What do I exactly have? Do I have anxiety or do I have depression? I don't like being around people.
Depression is different, because depression would be like you're sad of some sort. You know, you were sad to be outside, you're sad to even go to work, you're sad to do that. They first clinically said I was depressed, and like I don't even think around when I had it was around 14. They didn't quite figure out me until I was older, but I never had an issue with being sad about anything. The the whole thing was, it just triggered me to a different point. My anxiety gets me to a point where I forget to breathe, and I get too worked up. And then I do have my down moments. But now that I'm older, you have more down moments than normal, because that's just a part of getting older. The perfect example was a song. When you wake up, when you get older, you turn bipolar. Like, because every day is a new day as far as when you get older. Like, one day you can wake up and you'll be happy. The next day you'll be pissed off and you don't even know why. The mind is a powerful thing, and it does tricky shit to you. But the reality is, as how I cope with it, is that to realize that you can control these things. And I've heard that in the past, and it used to piss me off. You had doctors or wannabe doctors tell you that you're creating this. Essentially, you are creating, just like you're manifesting in these thoughts too much. But to overcome it is to realize it's happening. Mm-hmm. When you realize it's happening, that's when you can stop it, because you can be like, all right, I've done this before. Stop the shit and let's get over this panic attack, because I used to have those like crazy, and then I learned how to stop those. I learned how to recognize it and go, okay, I'm having a panic attack about what? And then like when you realize it's about nothing, it goes away, because it realizes it has no power over you. You give it more power by panicking, obviously. But
we went through COVID, we went through quarantine. How did you overcome this? How did you?
Well, I mean, from the beginning, I've never had too many people around me got me out of the whole scenario. So being by myself and being secluded was a day in the life of me. Being out and about and doing, social things is not what I used to do. I was forced and dragged to do certain things when I was younger, but the majority of my life, if it didn't pertain to sports, mm-hmm. then I didn't know what to do. So if I wasn't playing basketball or football, I didn't know how to socialize. I didn't know how to do any of that. I kept my head down because I was too afraid to talk to anybody, because I was like socially awkward, or more so shy. That's a better word for me. They call it socially awkward now, but it's just shy. I was scared to talk to anybody because I didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
But the reality is that I stayed in all the time. I could do this for another 10 years and it wouldn't bother me for one bit. The propaganda of it all made you believe you couldn't even leave your house, and it's no different from the time it started till now. So why are we okay with leaving our houses now? It's because we're letting people dictate our minds rather than thinking for ourselves.
I do feel that way. Sometimes I hated being home or being told to be home. I like to be home, but I don't like being told to stay home.
Yeah, that was weird.
I want to have that free will of I wanted to go out whenever I can, wherever I can. But when the government put down this order not to go out, that's when I went crazy. That's when it started to hit me, like, okay, I'm not allowed to go out anymore. What am I going to do? What am I going to do at home? Blah, blah, blah.
It wasn't more so that we couldn't go anywhere. It's just they closed everything, so therefore we couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
It's not like the Philippines where you literally couldn't go anywhere unless you're the head of the household.
Or you have a letter. Even if you are the head of the household, you must have a letter to go out.
Yeah.
If you don't have that, I think they'll put you to jail or something like that.
Yeah, they were strict over there. This is not strict at all. It was like, basically, go out on your own risk, and we're going to close everything down and give you nothing to do. So
right. So basically, we have no choice but to stay home because there's really nothing to do. Nothing is open. The stores are all closed. Everything is just so dark and gloomy, and that's.
Well, it was the time of the year too. So.
Yeah. No, it was summer. Summer when.
End of summer, into fall. So.
Yeah, when they started locking down everything. So, all your life, you've heard people saying it's going to be okay, you can do this, you're going to overcome this. Do you think you can actually do this? Do you think you were able to overcome it?
Well, I can't speak for the masses here. I can speak for a certain group of people, and I don't want anybody to take it personal and be like, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. I can only speak on what I went through, and what I've been through is pretty much hell, but I can't speak on what people go through. But if you have the support system, and you don't even need like 5 people, just like one fucking person, like even if you don't have that, you need you. That's more so how I came to grips with everything, is getting a hold of yourself and realizing yourself what is essentially wrong with you. And there's nothing wrong with you, but you have to like analyze yourself. So me being crazy, I said it started happening 14, 15 years old. And what happened in this particular class that I was in, I didn't realize the situation around me. So it's about pretty much reading and reacting, and that's what I was doing. I was in an honors class, a math class, with a bunch of 12th graders when I was in 10th grade. And I didn't realize that I was so nervous, I was panicking, because I felt like all eyes were on me, because I was a 10th grader and I was in this 12th grade class and I shouldn't be in this class. And I wasn't thinking this is why I was panicking, because it never happened in any other class. It only happened in this class, and I never like thought about it until I got older. But it's just a way of analyzing your situation and going, that's my whole life. That's probably why I have panic attacks, because I analyze way too fucking much. Sometimes you have to let it go and go, what the fuck am I, what am I tripping about? Stop overreacting. But I can speak for some people here. The last things you want to hear is somebody else tell you can make it through it. You want to be like, shut the fuck up, I got it, let me handle it, let me deal with it the way I deal with it. But in all sincerity, is that you had to battle the demons with inside. If you can't read it like I did, I couldn't read what was wrong with me at first. I didn't know. Like, I went to the psychology classes. I just gave up because she didn't know what was wrong with me. She was like, not in like, you're crazy, what's wrong with you. Like, she analyzed every part of my life and could realize that nothing is really bothering you to a degree where you were, that upset that it was affecting you, so you were having panic attacks. So she couldn't figure it out. And this was like, 3 years, where she goes, well, I'm not going to see you anymore, because there's nothing more I can learn from you. You don't hold on to much. The one thing the psychiatrist didn't evaluate is the overall analyzation. See, their first thought is depression. Never thought about anxiety. They thought I was either on PCP or whatever the fuck. They thought I was on acid. I remember all the drug talks before, because like I said, at that time they didn't know what panic attacks were, how crazy that is. It's kind of showing my age. But at that time, they thought I was on drugs. No way it was a panic attack. A high school nurse had to be like, I think he's going through panic attacks. Rather than sending the EMTs and, sending me to the hospital, she went, no, I think he's having a panic attack, because all of my vitals were great. It was me just freaking out. And I had no idea why. But I would literally set a desk up in my house and recreate my classroom to make me think and let it trigger itself to figure out why it's happening. To get that emotion back, to basically like sort of like why football players and basketball practice, so when they get to the game they won't have this problem. They'll know what to do. Same thing I did. I literally set up a desk in my kitchen of my mom's condo at that time, and made myself think that I was in that classroom. And shit, I had plenty of panic attacks, and I finally realized what it was. It was the setting. It was the overall setting with the people in the room. I didn't know anyone in that room. I didn't know any of their names and nothing like that.
Does it help to actually talk to a doctor and take medications?
No.
No.
Multitasking is your number one thing that you want to do. Thinking too much is your downfall. And I just said multitask, but you're thinking of different things and keeping yourself occupied. The second you start thinking of nothing, that's when the problem arises. And thinking that there's something wrong and seeing a doctor. After 15 years, they're telling me to take something else. And probably when I start taking that, they'll tell me in another 15 years that that's bad for me too.
Yeah.
So why do I keep on listening to them? I'm more so addicted to their drug than I need that medication anymore. But that's for a different topic. But the psychologist, the doctor, no. Psychologist, maybe if you are going through issues. If you don't have anyone that you feel comfortable talking to, and talking does help substantially.
Right.
Even if it's venting, I vent to her every night until she falls asleep, which doesn't take that very long. And I'll talk to myself because as long as it looks like I'm talking to somebody, I'll keep going.
I try to stay up, but it's just 2:00 and you're still talking and yakking and yapping.
And I vent more than anyone because too many monitors up in my head. And
exactly.
I got too much going on. But the people with anxiety, I would suggest actually give yourself things to do throughout the day. That way you're not always thinking about the bullshit. Don't woe is me and cry me a river. I did that. I've been there, and it doesn't help. It doesn't, because it's not going to make you better. So you got to think of ways that do make you better. That way you can put yourself in a prime position. And even now, if you're going through these problems because of COVID, stop watching the media. Mm-hmm. Stop watching TV. I know it's everywhere on your phone. I had to disable Apple News because that shit every day up until a year and a half, it never had a different subject besides COVID. And then one day the Black Lives Matter thing showed up, and I was like, this is the first time it broke its chain. It's like COVID disappeared and then it reappeared. I said, I told you I had to cut it off completely because it was driving me crazy. Every morning you get that notification. I was like, and then you see it like every social media site you go to. It doesn't matter where you go to, but kind of like mute it. If you're on Twitter, there's ways of muting the word. Mm-hmm. and only surround yourself with positive people. I don't care as long as you're not seeing COVID everywhere. It's great. If you have to see Titty Tuesday every fucking day, it doesn't matter. It's just wiping away the negative. And surround yourself with more positive than those little. And when you see that little COVID shit, swipe as fast as you fucking can. Yeah. Because you've seen this 1,000 times. You don't need to see 1,001 times. It's just going to be the straw on the camel's back. That's all it is. And that's the biggest problem. People can't tear themselves away. Either it's that or politics. The politics shit will drive people crazy too.
I cannot even talk about politics right now.
Well, I mean, depending on what side you're on, it still drives you crazy, no matter what it is, because you don't like A or B. But they're all fucked up in the long run. We don't choose sides here.
No one really cares about
because they're not coming here and giving me money. Until they pay me off, I have no favorite.
This trying times, I'm so glad that I'm actually ignoring everything.
You're good at that.
Ignorance is bliss. And I do believe in that saying because during COVID, I did not know what's happening. I did not know that we're going to go into lockdown until my company actually told me that we have to go and work from home. And then he keeps me updated what's going on, how many people are dying. But I keep telling him, stop focusing on the negative part of this.
How many
yes,
people
you did.
Were dying.
Every single day, he keeps me updated on how many people are dying.
I warned you what was going to happen before it was going to happen.
Yeah, but how many times did I tell you that COVID is just a way of the government to manipulate us, to control us? I told you that so many times. I feel like none of this shit actually happens.
This shit actually happens.
People that died are probably not. Well, people that died that actually didn't die from COVID, I feel like they just died because of natural causes or something else, and we're all calling it out as COVID just so we can make the numbers blow up.
Well, no, at the end of the day, and I'll tell you what it is, they spent millions of dollars, billions of dollars on vaccines. They want you to take their vaccine because they didn't just spend $1 billion or more on vaccines for you not to take. It's not influenza, it is something they just spent $1 billion on, and they all have stocks in, and we were just finding out. Like I've said to her plenty of times, and she thought I was psycho. I analyzed everything, and I'm telling you, I don't spend $1 billion. You don't even spend $10 at McDonald's and don't turn around in the fucking line and say my order is wrong.
Yeah.
They just spend billions of dollars. They're gonna put that fear into you that you need the shot. Now they're doing it with everything. They're doing it in little. I would say this was part of my video that I was gonna do for the Raiders. Mm-hmm. So the Raiders just decided that they're having a vaccination mandate. So anyone that attends the game must be vaccinated. And I think about it and I go, that's damn near impossible. Because it would take like 5 hours for everyone to get in and to prove that you do have an actual vaccination. Mm-hmm. But you gotta look off everyone's card. You're talking about 60,000 people. That's insane. There's no way you can check that out. But they're gonna be doing stuff like this. Not only, this is the start of it. It's gonna happen at your gym. It's gonna happen at random places where you want to go. That way they kind of force you into it.
We're going to end this conversation in a positive note. Can you please give your best practices to the viewers right now about overcoming, not really overcome, because you say you really cannot overcome this this disease. So the way you handle this, can you give your best practices to the viewers right now? Like
what, tactics did I do? Mm-hmm. I mean, it was stupid shit. So when I went through panic attacks, I almost broke my hand once or twice doing it. But tucking your finger like this and then holding as hard as you can when you're having a panic attack, if you grab your hand as hard as you can and do this, it's going to put a pressure onto it. Why are you doing that? Because you're hurting your thumb. And why would they want you to do that? A doctor told me that. Why would they want you to hurt your thumb? Because you're forgetting about what's going on up here.
Oh, so you're feeling the pain.
You're feeling the pain. Okay. It's like you have one pain in your leg, they smash you with the hammer, and you only worry about your fucking hand. You know, that type of deal.
About something else, okay?
That's essentially, because it's easier said than done. They always tell you to think about something else, and I learned how to do that as I got older. Public setting you're in, you don't want to look like a psychopath holding your thumbs together. You can do that and hold tight in there. The reality is that you got to go out more. You got to, even if it's to the fucking mailbox, even if it's to whatever. The further you go, the further you get used to seeing people. You see one person one day, you see two people another day. You're getting progress. By not doing anything is the reason why it continues. If you were doing something every day, you'd see progress, just like anything else. Working out, anything else. You name it.
Okay, so think about something else, work out, go out.
That physical fitness overall. I'm not saying be a bodybuilder, but at least walk if you can't run. Your circulatory system is the biggest thing that you want to think about. It actually helped me out a lot. Taking a lot of vitamins, B12 helps your circulatory system. After having anxiety attacks, I just wanted to stay put. You gotta get out, you gotta move, you gotta walk, and work out. Not just walk. I don't care if you gotta pick up a grocery bag or something. Get your veins pumping, your blood pumping, and make everything. That's what made things feel better for me, to be honest. That was like solitude for me. It was the gym. That's where my crazy, I don't know, that's where I was reborn, basically. Mm-hmm. Not like that. So my problem is that I didn't eat at all, and that was due to my upbringing. My upbringing, we don't have money, so I wasn't eating nightly. And that sounds crazy to her because she comes from a third world country and was eating nightly.
But it's kind of forced.
I was living in a house that was too expensive for us, that we were forcing the issue rather than moving somewhere cheaper and being able to afford the luxuries of actually eating dinner. Who would have thought? But reality is that was the issue. The issue is that either your diet's terrible, and diet people think of like losing weight. Well, I was losing weight by not eating anything. So that makes everything, if it's gonna screw up your stomach, it's gonna head somewhere else. It's gonna go straight to the brain. It's gonna start fucking with you. So.
Okay. So let's summarize this. Think of something else. Exercise, socialize, have a healthy diet.
Yeah, don't eat Doritos all day. Eat
Yeah.
lunch and dinner, and don't drink nothing but sodas. Drink water and.
Of course, drink a lot of water.
And I know people don't like drinking water, but you got to. Water and Gatorade at least once or twice a day, and you'll be straight.
Okay, so what else? Is there anything else, or that's about it?
I mean, I could go forever on this. I could go forever on this topic because, as they know, as you don't know, but some of us are being enlightened by this, is that I can't narrow this down in one conversation.
I get it.
I can't. It's got like Loki. It's got branches in the timeline that you can. It depends on what's going on at the moment to really narrow this down. And to be 100% with you, I can't narrow it down in one video. I could go for 5 hours and still have room to keep talking, and it'll be all new and all relevant. So.
Yeah, I get it. It's such a vast discussion, or there's a lot of things going on, not just about being overcoming it, because you cannot.
Your brain is.
If you need help, I think there's a phone number that you can call and talk to someone. If you need to talk to someone.
Logic made a song about that. You don't remember the number.
No. But if you need help, if you need to talk to someone, there's a number that you can call, or call a friend and whatnot. But it's always good to have someone to talk to, or someone that's there for you all the time.
We will put it in the description, is what she should have said, but we will put that number in the damn description.
We will put it down in the description below. And also if you need help, or if you need to talk to someone, he can probably help you.
If you like the Raiders, you can go to my channel as well.
Exactly. You guys can talk.
Oh yeah, I like that plug.
He will definitely help you out. But anyway, thank you so much for bringing this into light, sharing your passion and your knowledge about this. I've learned so many things that I didn't even know, and honestly, I still don't know what anxiety and depression are. And
depression, sad. Anxiety, ramped up for no fucking reason.
I know, but there's so many things. Anxiety and depression kind of come hand in hand.
Kind of.
Right? I feel like if you have anxiety, you kind of have depression. If you have depression, you have anxiety.
That's the perception. So when you have depression, you're sad about 1 or 2 or 3 particular reasons. Anxiety can be triggered by overanalyzation of something so stupid. As we know, I used to have anxiety attacks about a class that I knew nothing about, nobody about, anything. You had stage fright. I had stage fright in that class. Depression is being depressed about one singular, or maybe not even be a singular, you just hate your life.
Oh God.
That's the you're thinking, okay, like let's go get burnt. You hate your life, and you just keep on pounding on how much you hate your life. Not just, God, I hate my life.
Yeah.
Not that type of, grown up talk.
Yeah.
It's, God, I hate my life. And just keep on going at it every day. Keep on adding on reasons why you hate your life. Went wrong, that went wrong. Shit, if that was up to me, I've been a goner by now, but you gotta kind of, how do I best say this? But shit's gonna happen to you every fucking day. Shit's gonna happen to you. Just gotta roll with the punches. It's not how hard you can get hit, or is it? No, it's not how hard you can get hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's what it is. Roll with the punches. That's all it is.
You know what Pitbull said? It's better to be alive than be 6 feet under. So
I don't know what Pitbull said. That was a Rocky quote.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope that you find this knowledgeable. And if you are going through a tough time, talk to someone, reach out to someone, call your family, call your friends. You can overcome this. I know you can do it. He did. He's still here. He has been through a lot. There are times, like he said, he wanted to make this all go away.
Yeah, like she was saying, there was plenty of times that I wanted to quit and call it quits, but there's other things that are more important than yourself. And that's the biggest perspective that you got to see, is that people actually do care about you despite what you think. You're not that much of a piece of shit where no one likes you. There are people that actually do love and care about you. It's not just one or two people. There's more people than you know. And they're not going to come out and tell you because they don't know what the fuck you're going through.
The main point is you're not alone. Thank you guys for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share, whatever you gotta do, and also follow or subscribe to his channel. It's Knee to the Face.
If you didn't understand her soft tone, it's knee to the face. That's how she said it. But
and we do have Instagram, so please follow us on Instagram.
Knee to the face.
Exactly.
Boom, boom, fit.
Everything will be in the description down below. I hope you guys enjoy your night, and I will see you on my next video. Bye!